my loves, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, it is by no mistake, no coincidence that this video was meant to find you. I manifested some very specific people to come across this video, and any of the messages that you receive with the pile that you are most drawn to were meant to find you. It is supposed to help you on your path. So without further ado, go ahead and choose the pile that you feel the most drawn to receive the messages that were meant to find you. And at the end of your reading, you are going to receive a personalized drawing that I created for the collective based upon the messages that you received in your reading. So let's get right into it. Hello group ones, and welcome to your reading. So if you chose this pile, you chose this Milky quartz, and this quartz signifies a connection to the third eye chakra. It is said to awaken psychic abilities. It increases communication. It gives you a sense of clarity, a sense of calmness, and it is said to help with your immune system, as well as like bladder infections, your kidneys, skin disorders, things of that sort. And when you meditate upon this crystal, it links your entire chakra system together. So this is a very, very, very special crystal. Let's dive right in. All right, let's see what you are currently, well, no, that was, oops, that was the last video that I did. What we are discovering in this video is the messages that are meant to find you. I gotta reset back a little bit because I was back in video 3. All right, now we're in video 4. All right, the messages that are meant to find group 1. Messages that are meant to find group 1. What is group 1 meant to hear right now? What is group 1 meant to hear right now? Okay, let's see. So right away, let's see, is it, okay, yeah, it's showing. All right away, group 1, we have breaking trail, a breakthrough is at hand, unknown territory, you are exactly where you need to be. So a lot of you are going through this transformation, this shift in your identity where you are realizing that who you once were and the old patterns that you've had are no longer working. They're no longer effective. They're no longer serving you. And so you're going through this transformation where you're feeling a lot of things. You feel like your whole world is crumbling down. There's a lot of doubt. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of like questioning yourself and where you're at that is coming through, because anytime that we have an identity shift, it's going to feel chaotic, it's going to feel scary. We're going to question if we're doing the right thing. Are we making the right decisions? Are we on the right path? Like, this just feels scary because, you know, our egos do not like change. Our egos like to stay in our comfort zones because our brains are wired to survive. They are not wired to succeed. So anytime that you are going out of your bounds of what you usually do or who you usually are, it's gonna be like, your ego's gonna be like, what is happening? Like, this is wrong, this doesn't feel good. But spirit is coming through right now and letting you know that you are exactly where you are meant to be. And keep going, keep striving, keep making the effort that you're making, because a breakthrough is right around the corner, group 1s. Now I'm feeling another card, like a couple cards from this pile. What messages are group 1 meant here? Oh, wow. Okay. Wondrous universe, walk in beauty. So during like this time where you are going through this identity shift, or for some of you, maybe you're thinking about going out of your comfort zones and starting a new identity, where you might be starting a new workout program for some of you, or you're applying to a job where you don't feel like you are as qualified. Spirit is coming through that while you're at this like uncertain, chaotic time, just know that you're on the right track. And I do want to read this card. I feel like there are some important messages in that card right there. Walk in beauty. Okay, you live in a beautiful and wondrous universe. You are a beautiful being. Take time to see and cherish the wonders of life wherever you go. It transforms your life. There is remarkable beauty within you. Simply acknowledging it allows it to surface even more. The time you take to create beauty in your home will manifest in your life. In Native traditions, walking in beauty means to honor all the natural cycles of life and to experience a sacred communion with the Creator in all things, including oneself. There's always beauty around you and within you. The sacred traveler constantly looks for and embraces the majestic, wondrous universe in all forms. You can hear it in the song of an early morning bird. You can smell it in the aroma of freshly baking bread. And you can see it in the way the clouds float across the sky. The more you seek beauty, the more it will find you, and the more you will find yourself in a beautiful world. Wow. Yes, so some messages that are coming through right away is if you're in this time period where it feels uncertain and you're going out of your comfort zone, you're becoming the best version of yourself, and you're doing your best to do the things that your future self is going to thank you for. And so Spirit is coming through with the message that this does not have to be a difficult journey. Although any time that we change a new habit, or anytime that we start a new habit, it's going to feel difficult, it's going to feel challenging, but discipline, or I like to actually refer to discipline as devotion, because discipline kind of sounds a little hardcore, but rather devotion to oneself. It doesn't need to be difficult, it doesn't need to be hard, and although it feels difficult because you're creating a new habit, it doesn't have to be. Spirit is coming through to romanticize your life. Like, let's say you are starting a new gym program, or you have been going to the gym and it doesn't feel natural, like you still have to force yourself to go. And by the way, I've been working out at the gym for like 8 years now, and I still have days where it does not feel natural. Like, I'm still waiting for the motivation that everyone is talking about, because sometimes you just, you don't feel like doing it, but you do it because you know your future self is going to thank you later. Just a little side note there. But anyway, for some of you, if you're already in a workout program, or you've been going to the gym consistently and it still feels difficult and you haven't been seeing any progress, Spirit is coming through right now that you can romanticize your life. Like, make those like difficult challenges and those new habits like more fun. Like, romanticize your life. Like, for example, get like a cute gym outfit. Like, start wearing cute gym outfits. Like, go on Amazon or go somewhere and just like order some really cute gym outfits and feel good. Be like, oh yeah, like I got that new cute gym outfit. Like, I have this beautiful pink set and I'm just feeling so good in it. Or like, another thing too is like making it easier on yourself. Like, setting out your gym clothes the night before, so then that way then in the morning you don't have to think about it. Like, you're already a couple steps ahead. And so and then when you go to the gym, like, having the perspective of like, wow, like these gym weights, like I'm lifting these gym weights and they are making me stronger. I'm feeling so much more confident. Like my body is the strongest that it's ever been. Like, you know, having that mindset as opposed to going into the gym and being like, oh, this is so hard. Like, do I have to do this? It's so early, yada, yada. Like it makes such a difference to have a mind shift like that. Because when we're doing hard things and when we're already challenging ourselves enough to go outside of what we've always known and who we've always been, like we might as well have a little fun with it. You know what I mean? We might as well enjoy it. Like, for instance, creating another message that's coming through is creating like a beautiful environment in your home or in your backyard or in your room, like cleaning out the clutter, making it just so nice where you wake up and you're like, wow, I have a clean home, and like, wow, I've decorated it and I've put in all of these like little crystals, all of these cute little plants and all of like my favorite things in here, so that when you wake up in the morning or you're just like in your house, like the energy that you're feeling in your environment is reflecting how you're feeling inside. And anytime we're in an environment that feels good to us, we feel more energetic, we have more clarity, we have more motivation. And so that's another message that's coming through is like, you know, romanticize your life. Romanticize your freaking life. Make it beautiful. Like, you know, start wearing outfits that you're afraid to wear. Or if you're someone who's always wearing like black, gray, and white, start wearing vibrant colors. Start wearing colors that you've never worn before. Like, start falling in love with everything that you are creating for yourself, especially during this time where you're like, I'm trying so hard, like I'm working out, I'm starting these new habits, it's all feeling crazy, it's all feeling chaotic. How do I find the motivation, the discipline, etc.? And it's like you have that devotion to yourself, and it's going to amplify even more when you start adding those things in your life that make you smile. Like, it's literally the little things. Like, I have a note in my phone where like I write down like little things that I like, or that I discover that I like, or that I like throughout my day. It's simple things like laying out in the grass, smelling these fresh white roses on my walk, lighting a candle and it just amplifying the mood in my home. Like, just like little things, because our brains are designed to look at the negative. Like I said before, they're designed for survival. And so it's so important, group one, that you marinate in the good things. Like, for example, right now I'm like sitting down and I'm just feeling the breeze against my skin as I'm giving this reading for you, and it feels so good, and I'm marinating in it. But anyway, I went on a little tangent there. Let's pull out the next deck of cards for you. I'm pulling out the OG, the Rider Tarot deck. This is the OG of the group. This is honestly my favorite deck by far. It is the original. I just love the symbolism throughout this deck and just the colors and just the vibrancy. Anyway, let's see what messages we have for group one. What is group? Oh, wow, right away. So we're coming through with the Queen of Swords. I apologize for that alarm. I think it went off, but maybe it's a sign from spirit. I pull out the Queen of Swords, and right as I pull it out, a car alarm starts. It's like, yeah, that's the card. That's the one. So immediately, so for some of you have been getting better at your communication, at being more assertive, at setting boundaries, speaking your truth, and instead of, just being like I don't think I'm gonna say something, or like I don't want to stir anything up. I'm just gonna like, you know, I don't want to cause problems. Like, I'm seeing right here that you guys are stepping into a more assertive energy, and you're being more direct in your communication, and you know what you want. You're like, yep, this is who I am, this is what I want. And I'm also getting another message for some of you that there's some sort of news that's on the way. It could be like a package in the mail, or something to do with something in the mail. Maybe some sort of like proposal or news that you will be receiving from someone shortly. And this is very, very great news. Like, if you've been waiting on an answer to something, this message is coming through right now to let you know that like you're gonna get it. This is confirmation that everything is happening in the way that you want it to happen, that the way that it's meant to happen. So good news is on the way. Let's pull out some more cards for group 1. What is group 1 meant to hear right now? Messages for group 1. What is group 1 meant to hear? What is group 1 meant to hear? Messages for group 1. Okay. Yeah, so as I was saying before, you've started a new habit, an identity shift, and you're really waiting to see results from the fruits of your labor. And Spirit is coming through to be patient. It takes time. Be gentle with yourself. Like, you're not here for fast results. You're in it for the long haul. Not because, of course, results are great and everything, but the person that you become throughout this journey is the fruits of your labor. Like, the person that you become during this journey is better than any quick result that you can get. Because for some of you want fast results, but is it really as satisfying if you receive a result really quickly without putting any effort? Whereas like you're climbing up a mountain and you're looking at a view and you're like, wow, like I appreciate this view so much more because of all the blood, sweat, and tears that I went through in order to reach this peak. Whereas if you're flying in a helicopter, or you know, you see a picture of a view or some sort of scenery, you don't appreciate it as much because you didn't have to sweat the blood, sweat, and tears. And so let's see what else. And then another message too is like, you will get the results, but Spirit is coming through that to be patient, be gentle with yourself. You're in it for the long haul. Now, let's see. Ooh, that one wanted to come out. Wow. Okay. Yes. Yeah, you've definitely, group 1, have been stepping into this assertive energy. You've been having a lot of courage. Like, you've been developing a lot of courage, and wow. And if there's something that you've been wanting to tell someone in group 1, like it could be like a crush that you have on someone. It could be like, someone that you like, someone where you're just like, do I tell them? Do I not tell them? Do I tell them if I like them or not? Like, Spirit is coming through with a message to take the leap of faith. And you're developing a lot of courage in this journey. And for those of you who don't have that situation, I'm also seeing that you're also taking courage and taking a leap of faith within your career. I'm seeing that you're posting a lot more content. You're pursuing a new career, a new hobby, a new passion within social media. And there's a lot of courage that's being developed. And for those of you who have been hesitant to pursue a passion or a hobby through social media, Spirit is coming through to take that leap of faith, to take that courage. Yeah, there's a lot of courage being developed for a lot of you. Let's see what else. I'm gonna pick another deck. I have not touched this deck in a while. All right, messages for group 1. What messages is group 1 meant to hear right now? Holy shit. Queen of Wands energy. Yeah, this is a group who is very driven, very ambitious, has a lot of goals, a lot of dreams, a lot of visions. Someone who knows exactly what they want. You have a lot of fire, you have a lot of passion, and there's a dream within your soul, a nudge that you've had for a while to do something. And there's a reason you have those dreams, and there's a reason you're feeling that nudge, and Spirit is coming through to just go for it. This is a very go-getter group. This is a group who's has a lot of passion, a lot of fiery energy. All right. Holy shit. Okay, well, I was feeling that. 2 of Cups. Okay, we're just gonna, okay, this is what we're getting. Wow, and we have the King of Wands here. Okay, and we have 8 of Wands. Yeah, please go after this dream that you've had, and go tell that person that you like how you feel. Go after that hobby, that passion. You know what your purpose is, group 1, and there's a lot of abundance, a lot of energy coming your way, a lot of prosperity, a lot of quick action. We're quick with it. We know what we want. The fact that we have the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, like, but these individual cards, like, alone, they're powerful. But together, they're even more powerful. Yeah, there's also some sort of mentor or some sort of teacher that you're going to be getting together with. You're either going to be purchasing some sort of program to learn skills in business, entrepreneurship. You're going to be learning more about art. Yeah, there's some sort of skill that you're developing, or some sort of mentor that you can learn a lot from, that's going to help you on your path. There's also, wow, I'm also sensing for some of you that there's a special someone coming into your life. Like, don't be surprised within the next few months don't be surprised within the next few months if you're in a relationship, and it's going to be a very, very great relationship. All right, let's get some more info. Let's get some more cards for ya. Gotta make sure my phone doesn't die. Okay, we're good. Let's get some more info. All right, messages meant to find group 1. Best possible decision, inspiration. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying in the beginning of this reading, that there's some sort of news or something that you're going to receive in the next week or 2 or so is what I'm getting. And it's going to be the best possible decision. And there is a lot of inspiration coming through in your life too. If you've been in a creative block of some sort, Spirit is coming through and saying that is ending extremely soon. There is a lot of inspiration coming your way, and some messages that are coming through regarding that is start observing the people that you are inspired by, like on social media. Maybe it's an author and you've read some books of theirs, and you love the knowledge that they've shared with you, and start watching videos on YouTube and really digesting information where you feel inspired. Like for some of you who are artists, like start watching videos of other creatives is what I'm getting from Spirit. Or if you're starting a business, start watching videos or reading stories about people who have started the business or who have the business that you're wanting to start. So that's like a piece of wisdom and advice that's coming through from Spirit. And then I'm going to pull a last set of, well, actually, I'm going to pull a couple more decks. Let's pull a couple more decks for you. Kind of feeling this one. Okay. Messages, group 1 is meant to hear. Messages meant to find group 1. Okay, that one wanted to come through right away. Nothing real can be threatened. How can you actively participate in creating heaven on earth? Yeah, so a lot of you, I'm getting the sense that you're overthinkers. You struggle with some anxiety, some depression, and Spirit is coming through that don't believe your thoughts. Incorporating a meditation practice could be very beneficial right now. Learning to observe your thoughts without being attached to them. And something that helps me is like anytime I'm having anxiety, although it feels so real in the moment when you're going through it and you're having like all of these insane amount of thoughts, like it literally feels like your brain is about to explode, is like I like to look at my thoughts as spam, as okay, like this is literally just the junk folder in my email. Like it's just, you know, it's just, yeah, like I see that they're there, but doesn't mean they're true. It doesn't mean, you know, I have to listen to them or I have to do what they tell me to do. And so that's a message that's coming through from Spirit. And then what is a message that's meant to find you? Message that's meant to, a couple different messages. Everyone is on their own journey. How can you focus more on your own path? So if you struggle with comparison, like going on social media, this, that, and the other thing, or looking at someone who has the life that you want and who is living your dream, or not necessarily your dream because everyone's dream is unique, but they're on a similar journey that you're on, but they have like the results. So just know that, like, for instance, that bodybuilder, that influencer at the gym that has like a nice dream body, like she started where you started as well. Like she didn't have that overnight. And so a lot of times people look at other people's outward success, their results, but they don't see what they had to go through in closed doors in order to reach that. They don't see what they needed to overcome. They just see the successful business, the money. And so something that could help you, group ones, if you're in a state of comparison, is realizing like, they've had anxiety too, or they have anxiety too, they have doubt too. They were at the place where I was, or where I am. So like looking at that, like at the end of the day, like we're all human, we're all one, we all experience anxiety, we all experience doubt, we all experience the wide range spectrum of all of these human emotions, these different struggles that we all face, we all experience them. Like you aren't, out of that loop just because you reached success. Like even the most successful people go through that. So like keeping that in mind. And then let's see, prioritize self-love and care. When do you feel most nurtured and cared for? Yeah, so a question that you could ask yourselves, group one, is what do I need right now? What do I need to feel the most loved, to feel the most supportive? It could look like a bowl of ice cream. It could look like moving your body and going to the gym and going for a nice walk. It could be a nice meditation, a bubble bath with some nice frequencies. It could be calling a family member, calling a friend, having a nice phone call. It could be going to the movies. It could be starting that dream career that you've been wanting to start. Like, what does group 1 need? Like, asking yourselves that question is going to be very beneficial for you at this time. It's all in divine order. Allow. How can you relax into the flow and go with the current of life? Let go, group 1s. I know when we're making changes and we're entering a time and period in our life where, you know, it's unfamiliar to us and there's a lot of unknowns and we don't know how to navigate it because we've never been on this path before. Like, Spirit's coming through to let go of control. Like, just allow, just be. You are the image maker. What you focus on manifests. What thought patterns do you need to shift? Like, writing down your limiting beliefs, group 1, on a piece of paper and crossing them out, and then really getting in touch with the types of beliefs that you want. But in order to do that, you first have to identify those limiting beliefs that are holding you back first. It could be, oh, I'm not making enough money, or I don't know how to make money, or it could be, I don't have the skills to do that yet, this, that, and the other thing. And hey, no one has the skills when they're first starting out. That's why you're here to learn. And so we're gonna pull out one more deck. Okay. Younger woman. Okay, so a message that I'm getting immediately is something that occurs when you're on this path and you're shifting into a new identity or a new way of being. You're going to lose a lot of people on the way because, well, like, yeah, you are going to lose a lot of people on the way. Of course, like, you'll have like your real ones that are going to stick by you through everything. But for the most part, when you shift into a new identity, the friends that you had before are so used to identifying and looking at you in a certain light, and you're moving on from that. So you could be growing in different directions than those that you were once close with. On your journey, if anyone has been making you feel bad or making you feel stupid or like you're making the wrong decision, like, don't listen to that is what Spirit is saying. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, your mom, your dad, like, they're all gonna give you advice based upon their own fears and what didn't work for them. But you are on a new journey. Like, you are on your own journey, and ultimately your inner guidance system is going to know what's best above anyone. The news that you may be receiving, the mentor, could be in relation to a younger woman. That's what I'm getting. All right, let's get this set of cards. So let's pull a couple more. Any last info for the messages? Group 1. Wow, yeah. So there, as I said before, there's going to be some sort of mentor, some sort of teacher, some sort of spiritual guide who is going to be helping you on your journey, and you're going to be taken care of in difficult times. They're going to lead you, they're going to guide you, or it's going to be some sort of educational program or some sort of skill that you're developing that is going to help you throughout these times. Well, anyway, that is all that I have for you today, Group 1s. Thank you so much for joining me, and stick around to the end of this video because I have created a personalized drawing based upon the messages that you received in this reading. So I hope you enjoy. I love you so much. Mwah. Hello and welcome to your reading group 2. If you chose this pile, you chose the Citrine, and we are going to find out what messages were meant to find you today, or whatever time that you're watching this video. Citrine is a very, very powerful stone. It represents abundance, prosperity, and wealth. There's actually a funny story behind this stone. So my best friend of 3 years, right after we installed a citrine crystal tied with red string around it, hanging from the ceiling so that it would be pointing on my root chakra as I sleep, right after we installed it, we confessed to each other that we had feelings for each other, and then now we're just in such a beautiful romantic relationship. So it does magnetize a lot of abundance to you, which is honestly insane how right after we installed it, we became official. And yeah, so this is a very, very powerful stone. With that being said, let's get right into your reading and find out what messages were meant to find you. What messages were meant to find group 2? Okay, so immediately we got the Flower Child card, momentum, creativity, action. You are currently entering a phase. If you're not in a phase already, you are about to enter the biggest creative phase of your life, group 2s. There's going to be a lot of clarity and decisive energy when it comes to your actions. You're going to be gaining a bunch of momentum. This old pattern that you've had of starting something and not finishing it, or start picking up a habit, doing it for 2 weeks and then giving up or not seeing results quick enough, this is about to end very, very soon. You're about to have such a creative spark that is going to last weeks, that is going to last years, and it's going to be a trajectory of just non-stop. It's going to be non-stop. Something that is coming through right now is taking some time to celebrate your wins, taking some time after you've taken action or you've done something, not to just skip it and then go to the next thing, but rather take a moment to celebrate yourself. Like, oh wow, I went on a walk today, or oh, I'm about to sneeze. Okay. Anyway, see, my sneeze right there was confirmation. You definitely need to express how proud of yourself you are, of how far you've come. And so keeping a journal of your daily wins and remembering to celebrate yourself, no matter how small each milestone is, that's going to keep the momentum going. Like, oh, you had one healthy snack today and you're completely trying to eat healthy. Celebrate that healthy snack. You've tracked your macros 2 days in a row. Celebrate that win. Regardless of whether or not you've met your goal, it's those tiny increments, those tiny little wins along the way that are going to keep the momentum going, are going to keep the inspiration going. And there was actually this study that I heard that went on of I think it was a personal trainer, if I'm not mistaken, something that he would have his clients do at the start of every single morning is to make their bed and to take a picture of it. Although that is such a small little win, the fact that they did something and accomplished it made them want to continue, made them want to keep going. Whereas if you're a personal trainer and you're starting off your clients' way too quickly with too much, then, and it's too hard too fast, then your clients are going to give up really easily. Like, making your wins, making your goals doable. Don't make them so challenging that you're putting all this pressure on yourself and you're going to want to give up, but rather something that is manageable, and then celebrate your wins. Like, it could even be making your bed, like that study showed, as I was saying, or it could even be getting up 10 minutes earlier than usual, or it could be, instead of having like caffeine or like a sugary energy drink, like, okay, I'm gonna have a tea instead. It's just those very, very small wins, those small little increments that add up. And then when you make them doable, when you make them easy to manage, easy to accomplish, then it starts that spiral of momentum, and then you're gonna wanna keep going. Let's see what other messages are meant to find you, group 2s. What other messages are meant to find you? What other messages are meant to find you, group 2? Wait, there was something. Oh, yes. Oh, I don't break that easy, not anymore. Instead, I use things as fuel. The alchemist, empowerment, pain, sorceress. So this is a group that knows how to turn your pain into fuel. You know how to turn any emotion that you're feeling, any hardship that you're going through in life, whether it's someone who doesn't believe in you or who's been criticizing your decisions to go after your goals, to go after your dreams, or what it is you're doing with your life. Instead of succumbing to what they're saying about you and believing it and allowing it to bring you down, you're like, you know what? Like, I'm going to use this as motivation. Like, I'm showing myself that I can do it. I'm showing myself that I can transmute my pain into purpose, into empowerment. And for those of you that struggle with feeling frustrated or angry, like, you're learning how to find the wisdom in the anger. You're learning that when you feel angry about something, that is a cue, that is information that you are receiving about what your boundaries are, about what your values are. And you're using that as a way to get to know yourself better and to change, to make those necessary changes into your life, as opposed to allowing those things to hold you back. All right, let's see what other messages are meant to find you, group 2s. Wow, this is a very juicy reading. Wow, we got this automatically right away. Let's go. That one wanted to come out. It's time to come home. Goddess of the sea, abundance, purification, ego. Like, a lot of you are realizing this power within you. You're realizing, like, no, like, I can do it. Like, I can accomplish my goals. I can reach my dreams. I don't have to keep shrinking myself or playing it small. And so a lot of you are going into like this phase of becoming more in touch with who you truly are. And so where you once were living in your ego, where you were playing it small, where you were putting yourself in a box, you are now breaking free of that box, and you're coming home to yourself. You're coming home into your spirit. You're being more present with yourself. You're doing things that you want to do, not because other people want you to do them or you're living your life for someone else, but rather because you know, you're like, I know myself. I know what I want out of this life, and I'm going to go after it. Let's pull out another deck. Let's pull out another deck. Group 2s. Messages meant to find group 2. Messages. Oh, wow. That one wanted to come out. Did you see that one? Straight flew. Okay. The collective fields is impacting you. Unseen forces in action. How can you relinquish control of the situation that feels blocked? You know what's crazy? So that other deck, the Magic Spirit deck that I was just using for your reading, I looked at the bottom of the deck, and it's, could you surrender just a bit more? And then right here, it talks about relinquishing control. So I'm getting the sense that a lot of you guys struggle with control and struggle with controlling every aspect of your life, micromanaging like everything you do, like instead of being present, instead of like going with the flow and trusting that your idea, your plan, what you're manifesting is on its way. And it's kind of like, there's like this analogy that's really coming to my mind right now. It's like when you're at a restaurant and you order food from the waiter, like you don't keep going up to the waiter to ask like, is my food coming yet? Is my food coming yet? Where's my food? Because you just sit there and you wait. You know that it's on its way. You know that your food's coming. Or another analogy too that's coming to mind is when you're baking chocolate chip cookies, right? You put them in the oven, you set a timer, and it's not like you keep opening the oven every 2 seconds to see if they're ready. I mean, I used to do that as a child, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you know that they're baking, you know that they're cooking, and every 2 seconds that you check on it, like, it's not going to make it go faster, but you know at the end of it, they're going to be baked, they're going to be ready. Like, you know that it's happening. You know at the end of it, you're going to get those fully cooked, baked chocolate chip cookies. And so it's the same thing with like your manifestation and what it is you're trying to accomplish. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Like, trusting that if you're taking the same actions as someone who has accomplished the goals that you're trying to accomplish, like you're gonna get there too eventually. But you got to let go of the timeline. You got to let go of how quickly it's going to happen. It is on its way. It is already complete. And by relinquishing control, by surrendering, like, it is just gonna make the process so much enjoyable, or much more enjoyable for you group 2s. Let's pull another card for you. What does group 2 need to hear? Messages. I'm really feeling this one for some reason. Okay. You can make it through. Your higher self is always guiding you. What wisdom does your higher self have for you? See? It's like believing in yourself, knowing that it is on its way. Like, you cannot mess anything up that isn't meant for you. Even when it feels shitty, even when it feels like it's falling apart, everything is happening for your highest good. There is a reason why everything is happening. Like, those entrepreneurs, those influencers, those people that you see that are where you want to be in life, or what you aspire to be, like, they had to go through all these hoops and challenges and these hurdles to get to where they are. And every single roadblock, every single challenge is meant to teach you something. And there is a reason that it's happening. And so a message that's coming through from Spirit right now is, anytime that you feel doubt or anytime that you're questioning things, like, go into nature, like sit on a bench, go be within yourself, like go within yourself internally and just be with yourself. Like, something that has helped tremendously that is coming up is breath work for you guys. Like, breath work could be extremely beneficial for you at this time. And then let me pull out one more card. What does group... I'm really feeling this one. Okay. To receive, you must release. What can you let go of? What do you want to receive? I'm telling you, there is a pattern in your reading, group 2. Let go of control. Trust that there is a divine plan. Trust that you are being guided. Trust that what it is you are manifesting, it's on its way. Because the more, so there's also this other analogy. The more that we grip on to something, the more resistance we have. Whereas when we let it go, we open our realm to all of these different possibilities. And sometimes when we're gripping onto something so tightly, we fail to realize, or we fail to see all the different and open possibilities that are right in front of us, because we're too busy being stuck and controlling this one idea or this one situation or this one person in our life. And so by letting go, you open yourself up to more possibilities. And then right at the bottom of the deck, things are not what they seem. You are only trapped by your illusion. What freedom do you seek? Yeah, this is a group that feels limited. Limited is the word. Limited by your circumstances. And to tell you the truth, sometimes people think that it's their circumstances or where they came from or their past as to why they can't accomplish something or why life isn't going their way. But to tell you the truth, we have a lot more power than we realize. And it's not the circumstances or your past or the situation that you're stuck in or that you're going through, but rather it's the lens that we view it. It's our perspective, the way that we interpret what's happening in that situation. And sometimes all you need is to switch that perspective, is to take off those dark glasses and then put on this nice pair of shades that are able to like brighten up your world. And then let me grab another. What messages are meant to find group 2? What messages are meant to find group 2? I'm really feeling this one. Ooh, success. Look at that. Success is at your fingertips. It is already on its way. You just have to let go of control. Believe that you are worthy and believe that, you know, you're taking action. You're doing the best that you can. Like, it is on its way. Let's see, what else? What other messages are meant to find group 2? What other messages are meant to find group 2? Ooh, okay. And then let's pull one more. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm getting a similar message that I was receiving for group 1, the last group. And it's to romanticize your life. Letting go of control, you know, still accomplishing your goals, but making it more fun for yourself. Like finding the beauty in what you're doing. If you're trying to eat better, for example, like, oh, like instead of thinking, oh, like this sucks, I hate this broccoli, like it tastes terrible, I can't believe I need to eat this, blah blah blah. Like instead, like switching your perspective, like wow, like these greens are like making my skin more radiant and my cells are all filling up with more vitality and I'm feeling so fresh and so rejuvenated. Instead of like, you know, thinking of it as like something that is a challenge, something that sucks, maybe thinking about it in the lens of like, wow, like this is going to help me accomplish my goals of like eating better. Like I'm not only going to be treating my body with care and being healthy and feeling good about myself and having more energy, and like even though this broccoli doesn't taste as good as a freaking jar of ice cream or a carton of ice cream, like I know that it's giving me radiant skin. I know that I'm having more energy because of it. Like my brain fog is going away. And so finding the beauty in what you're doing instead of like, oh, like I gotta get up early tomorrow, or I gotta do this, that, and the other thing, and like feeling like life is beating you down or dragging you down, or like everything feels like a hassle when you're trying to accomplish something, but finding the beauty in it. And this is what I was telling the last group, like if you're going to the gym, instead of like being like, oh, I don't want to be here, like I don't want to lift these weights, it sucks, but like, wow, I'm lifting these weights because my body, I can feel my body getting stronger. And there was something else that I was listening to a podcast episode of some sort, and someone, I can't remember who, but someone was talking about how anytime you push past the threshold of discomfort within yourself, and like you're pushing your mind, like, you know, your mind is like, I don't want to do this, or like it feels uncomfortable, and you're pushing past that threshold, it strengthens your mind a lot. So like if you're in your, I forgot what part of your brain it does, but so like if you're in your 70s or 80s, like essentially like you're gonna have the cognitive function of someone who's in their 40s or 50s. And so I like to think about that perspective anytime that I'm at the gym and I'm having to push my body more intensely than the last session, because that's how you grow. That's how you get muscle growth, is by pushing past that threshold and going through progressive overload. Just went on a little tangent there. But divine guidance, like you're getting a lot of messages here, group 2, that you are being divinely guided, and to trust the process. Like it's all coming in good time. Just know that it's all coming on good time. It might not be your timeline, but it's coming. What messages are meant to find group 2? Oh wow, that one wanted to come out. Yeah, something that you are overcoming and getting out of right now is a scarcity mindset. As you can see, the 5 of Pentacles is in reverse. If it was upright, there would still be a little bit of scarcity going on. As you can see, there's like these beggars and they're walking through a winter storm, but since it's in reverse, you are overcoming scarcity and you're jumping more into an abundant mindset. Instead of being stuck to one possibility or one way of doing things, you're expanding your mind and allowing more blessings into your life. Oh wow, this one wanted to come out. So typically with the Ace of Wands, this is like the start of a new idea, the start of a new project, and there is something brewing. There's an idea, or there's something that you are committing to, and there's a lot of fiery, passionate energy behind this new project, or this, if you haven't started it yet, this is confirmation to start that project. And if you have, there's going to be a lot of creative, fiery momentum coming your way. And then let's pull out one more card for group 2. What messages are meant to find group 2? Oh, that one wanted to come out. Oof, 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 oof. Okay. Yeah, a message that came through as well is something that could help is like looking into your old memories of times where you've accomplished something, and really visualizing and getting in touch with that feeling that you felt when you succeeded in something and you accomplished something. And then being in a giving energy at this time could help you as well. It could lead you to the right people, the people that you're supposed to meet, maybe someone that could help you on this project, or someone that you're going to learn something from. I'm seeing right here that there's going to be some sort of a connection from the past who is coming into your life and who is going to help you with some endeavor. Let me grab my last cards, the last deck. Okay. Messages meant to find group 2. Messages meant to find group 2. Messages meant to find group 2. Okay. Wow, you see, you had success over there. Money will be coming to you like it is on the way. You are receiving a lot of financial gains from this project, from this manifestation. There's going to be a lot of changes in your life that are coming very shortly as well. Some positive changes, some more abundance, some more, like, you're gonna start to reap the rewards and how hard you've been working. And then what other messages for group 2? Okay, wow, that one wanted to come out. Wow, love, deep affection, and care. So you're going to be developing more self-love within yourself. You're going to be more nurturing, more gentle, more kind with yourself. And then for those of you who are in a relationship, you're going to be developing a deeper connection with the person that you're with, and your bond is going to be strengthening. And then for those of you that are single, definitely there's going to be more love within yourself, a deeper connection to yourself, and ultimately this is going to be attracting someone who's on the same frequency, someone who can share that love with you. And then let's grab one more card. Messages for group 2. Messages for group 2. See, I'm telling you, you are on the right path, group 2s, if this isn't confirmation enough. Now, thank you so much for joining me in this reading today. I hope you enjoyed, and stick around to the end of this video because your personalized drawing, what I have created based upon the messages that you received in this reading, will be following right after this video. So yes, I love you so much, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Mwah! Hello my loves, and welcome to your reading, group 3. So if you chose this pile, you chose this calcite crystal, and this calcite crystal removes spiritual blockages and allows positive vibrations to flow through. It can be used during meditation in order to let go of the past to have a more enthusiastic and brighter future. So let's dive into your reading. Let's see what messages are meant to find you. What messages are meant to find group 3 at this time? What messages are meant to find group 3 at this time? What messages are meant to find group 3 at this time? Ooh, we got a couple different messages. So we have, a little hair, soul star activation, fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are, temple of truth, throat chakra, authenticity, self-expression, and all-encompassing love, unconditional acceptance, serenity. Wow. So you are currently stepping into a phase where you are being more confident and comfortable with who you are. You are more expressive. You are speaking up for yourself a lot more, being more assertive, knowing what you dislike, knowing what you like, having the courage to tell people what is going on when something's off. You're just in this phase of keeping it real, and you've developed a lot of courage, group 3s. Now, if for some of you who have been struggling with this is a message that is meant to find you, because you are coming out of the place of feeling like your throat chakra is blocked and feeling like you can't speak up for yourself and having like this shy and timid energy. You are releasing that blockage and you are stepping into your truth. Like, you are the type of person where, like, if you are at the gym and, like, let's say that you're using a machine and you step away for a second to like grab a drink of water or to use the bathroom or something, or you're using the machine because you're doing a superset, you're going from one exercise to the next, and someone starts using the machine that you're currently using, instead of being like, oh, like they're using it now, like, you confidently, assertively go up to that person. You're like, hey, like, excuse me, I was using this. I have one more set left. I have 2 more sets left. Like, you're no longer letting things slide. Like, you're realizing that you are worthy of space. You are no longer shrinking yourself, and you are holding space for yourself instead of shrinking yourself. And wow, this is just such a beautiful place to be in, group 3s. Authenticity, self-expression, you're accepting who you are with your flaws and all of that. You're accepting your mistakes. You're not as hard on yourself. Wow, you guys are just on such a great path, on such a great journey right now. So let us get to the next deck of cards, shall we? I'm gonna go with the Inner Peace Oracle deck. What messages were meant to find group 3? Messages. Oh, wow. Okay. This one wanted to come out. Deep inward journey. You'll be rewarded for the work. How can you alchemize your fear? Yes. So for some of you who have had a fear of speaking up, or for going within yourself and facing some hard truths or some things that are holding you back and just sweeping it under the rug, like, you are no longer going to be doing that. And you are in this phase right now where you are alchemizing. You are turning that fear into your greatest power. And it's not that you don't ever have fear, group 3s. Like, a lot of times people think like, oh, I'll just have the courage to do this thing once the fear stops, or I need to develop more skills and I need to not have fear before I can take action on something. But it's like, you have this fear and you're putting the fear in your purse and you're carrying it with you and you're accepting the fear, but you're doing the damn thing anyway. And you're going deep within yourself to face a lot of truths that you've been sweeping under the rug because you really want better for yourself. You really want that change. You want that glow up. And shadow work is extremely beneficial at this time, group 3s, if you're not doing that already. Like, I would go on Google, I would search shadow work prompts and really dive in to your subconscious in order to change your life. Let's see. Messages meant to find group 3. Messages meant to find group 3. Messages meant to find group 3. I really was feeling this. Rise above it. It's not yours to carry. You are an empath. How can you detach from the drama? Yeah, so this is a group where, like, I'm also getting the sense that you're very creative, but this is a big feeler group. Like, you're highly sensitive. You're very much in tune with yourself and the feelings and the energies of those around you. And so you're stepping into this phase where you're learning to observe instead of absorb. And you're realizing that instead of taking on other people's issues or other people's feelings or what they're going through, you're realizing, like, if I'm taking it on and if I'm feeling what they're feeling, then how effective can I be? Like, how can I help them if I'm in that amount of pain too? So you're learning how to alchemize that as well, where you're able to use it as a tool, as a superpower, where you have deeper insight into what someone is going through, and you're developing more compassion for yourself and for others, and you're using that to help others, but without being in it yourself and without going through it and absorbing it yourself. So that is something that you're currently learning how to do, is having those energetic boundaries and self-regulating. Like, maybe you have like a friend who just, like, they know you're sensitive, they know you're intuitive, and they keep coming to you for their issues because they know that, you know, you have a big heart, you know how to be there for them. But it's to the point where, like, you're learning how to take space. You're like, oh, like, I'm not available for this right now. Or if you're around negative energy or an environment where it's just like a lot, you're learning how to, like, remove yourself from that situation instead of, like, being stuck in that emotion with those around you in the environment. And so you're learning how to have those energetic boundaries, group 3. Let's pull out one more card. Messages meant to find group 3. Messages meant to find group 3. Really feeling this guy. You heal by releasing, not suppressing. What emotions do you need to feel? Wow. Like I said, this is a group that you guys are very, very big feelers. You guys are sensitive, and you're learning how to use it as your superpower. Like before in the past, like I said, you would listen to a friend and, you know, it was truly getting to you and you needed that space. You didn't have the space to hold them, but instead of pushing and forcing yourself to help them through their problems and to put yourself in that situation, you're listening to yourself. You're listening to your intuition, like, hey, like, I'm not available for that. And I'm also finding here that, like, you guys have a lot more, or like for some of you, you guys are starting to discover some tools in your toolbox that when you are feeling these big emotions, like, you're learning how to express it instead of suppress it in order to release it. Like for some of you, you're finding this through music, you're finding this through working out, you're finding this through dance, you're finding this through like a creative expression, through art. Like if you're feeling sad, you're jamming to a sad song and you're crying and you're letting it out. Or if you're extremely angry, you're listening to Paramore, and you're really holding space for yourself, and you're welcoming all emotions instead of like suppressing. And wow, that is so, so beautiful. group threes. And then for some of you who are currently struggling with this, Spirit is coming through right now and letting me know that like you are about to shift this, and you're learning how to overcome this. And that also is beautiful if you're not already there yet, group threes. For some of you, like you're learning how to do this, and it takes time, and it's those little steps. I'm really feeling a couple more cards from this. Group three. What messages are meant to find group three? What messages? Okay, I'm really feeling that. You can radically change your results by shifting your beliefs. What belief is limiting you? Yes, so through this shadow work, instead of sweeping things under the rug, you're not only speaking up for yourself through others when things are bothering you, but you're also facing your own shadow. You're being honest with yourself about what's working in your life versus what's not, and you're making those necessary changes to overcome this, and you're really getting in touch with those limiting beliefs. Take responsibility for your life as a creative adventure. How can you live with more meaning, integrity, and truth? Like I said, this is a very creative group, a very sensitive, intuitive, creative group. I'm gonna grab another deck. I'm feeling this rose deck. I have not used this one. I did not use this for the last group, but it's really calling out to me for you guys. Okay, what messages are meant to find group three? Okay, that one wanted to come out right away. Can you see it? Okay, perfect, you can. Okay, the Great Mother, surrender to the mystery, fall into her arms. I'm getting mixed messages for this one. I'm getting a couple different ones. For some of you who have conflict with your mother, or you just don't have a relationship with her, or you've been struggling to have her in your life, or she's like no longer in your life, you're learning how to become your own greatest mother. You're caring for that little inner child within you that you felt like didn't get the unconditional love when you were growing up, and you're really getting in tune with this. A lot of you are you're becoming like more tender, and your hearts are opening up. Another message, for some of you, you're becoming more connected to Mother Nature. And if you're not already connected to Mother Nature, this is a sign to go on a hike, spend time swimming under a waterfall, like go explore new areas, like really grounding yourself in Mama Earth's energy would be very beneficial for some of you if you're not already doing this. Let's pull out another card. What messages meant to find group three? What messages are meant to find group three? What messages are meant to find group three? Wow, that do you see the placement? It just flew out of the deck and landed perfectly. Trust the seasons, embracing change, cycles of life, transition, growth. Wow. So a lot of you are learning what impermanence is, and I get the sense that some of you may have struggled with attachment issues, or being either attached to a person or attached to the way that things used to be. And for some of you, I'm getting the sense that you're learning how to embrace all changes of life, all seasons of life. You're also learning and becoming more accepting and loving of your entire self, instead of just accepting certain parts of yourself and having that duality where you feel there's good things about you and there's bad things, and then there's this duality. But instead you're coming into a wholeness within yourself where there's no good or bad. It's just you accept all of you. Let's pull out another card. Messages meant to find group three. Messages meant to find group three. This one wanted to come. Plant yourself here. Integration, embodiment, grounded action. I'm telling you, being grounded with Mama Earth, you guys, if this isn't confirmation already. I'm also feeling drawn to reading this card as well. Let me grab the little guidebook. Okay, I found it. Okay. Okay, invite your soul to come all the way in, from your knees to your nose, your cheeks to your toes. Fully embody your life. Drop the defensive walls. Let your soul land and occupy each and every cell. Anchor all the parts of you into the here and now. Life is here even when death is here. Birth isn't possible without it. And you came here to birth this world anew. Don't you remember? Fully commit to living this life. Put your 2 feet and your ancient soul wholly and completely in. This is the card of the one who's committed to being the bridge between heaven and earth, the embodied mystic. They know that they don't need to denounce either heaven or earth. Rather, they are a weaver of worlds, here to embody their soul more and more with each day, here to weave the sacred back into everyday life. This card is an invitation to commit more fully to your life as a soul having a human experience, to invite your soul to grow roots that reach deep so that you can grow tall, to commit to your humanity and your expansion at once. The rose invites us to embrace all stages of life on earth, from the buds to the bloom, from the cutting back to the fruit. Her beauty and sweet scent are the embodiment of heaven, a nectarous reward for being here. The rose reminds us to take a moment to properly enjoy the sweetness, and that heaven really can be a place on earth. How can you commit more to your life, group 3s? How can you make it more enjoyable? How can you marinate in every single moment that you have with yourself? It's just like the little things. It's like a warm cup of coffee in the morning, a warm cup of tea, and just like sipping it, enjoying the cool morning breeze, watching the sunrise. Like, there's so many ways that you can expand your life and you can make it more enticing, group 3s. Now I am going to pull out another deck. I know I've said this before, but I really, really love the Rider tarot deck. I love it. It's the OG. I love it so much. What messages are meant to find group 3? Wow, that one wanted to jump out. Page of Swords. Let's see what else messages meant to find group 3. Okay. Yes, so some of you have been struggling with limiting beliefs, feelings of doubt, feeling like you're tied to like the shackles of your own mind, or like there's no way out of your circumstances. But right here with the Page of Swords, there's some message, some news, some sort of like invitation or something that's really going to open your eyes to a new way of being. There's going to be some sort of like teaching. It could be like a synchronicity or something that like pops up into a book that you read, or something that you come across that's really going to open your eyes. Let's see, what else? What other messages for group 3? Okay, well, we have a few different messages. Wow, okay. It was meant to be. Wow. It was meant to be. Okay, so I saw this. You're saying goodbye to someone or something. You're either moving like for some of you, I'm getting a bunch of different mixed messages here. So for some of you, you're saying goodbye to a new area. You're either like moving out of your parents' house, you're moving to a new town of some sort, you got some sort of job promotion. There's just like something where you're moving and you're saying goodbye to something. And then for some of you, you're saying goodbye to a person that no longer resonates in your life. You guys no longer click, you're no longer compatible, and it's just turned into an unhealthy dynamic. And you're saying goodbye to these things. And you know what's happening as you say goodbye to these things, group 3s, is you're opening up more room in your life to take action on the things that truly matter to you. Wow, we have the King of Wands energy, we have the Queen of Wands energy, and wow, okay, yeah, so you're definitely saying goodbye to something, you're letting go of something, you're moving to a new place, you're letting go of toxic people or people that are just unhealthy in your life. And wow, there's a lot of energy that's awakening. There's going to be some people in your life that are healthy for you to be around. You're no longer going to be in an environment that hinders your growth, group 3s, but rather you're going to be around people that motivate you, people that cheer you on the sidelines, people that want to grow with you. You are just stepping into this energy where you're taking quick, decisive action because you're just like, I no longer want to be in this environment. I no longer want to be surrounded by these people, and I want to change my life around. I want to make my life the way that I want to make my life. Like I want to make it better. Like I'm hitting those goals because I'm also getting a lot of ambitious energy from this group. You guys also are very charismatic and very, very magnetic. Like you draw a lot of people to you, but I'm seeing here that you also are being a lot more selective with those people that you lead into your life. Wow, Ace of Cups. Wow, so for some of you, someone new is entering your life that you're going to have a very strong emotional bond, emotional connection with. And then for some of you, there's like a new creative project that you're going to start that you find a lot of joy in. And then overall, the message that I'm getting for most of you is you're developing a lot more compassion and a lot more acceptance with yourself. Your heart is opening up. And then let's see these other cards. Okay, yeah, so you are taking action, very quick action. Okay, and then for some of you, I'm also getting another message where if you're taking on way too many responsibilities and you keep trying to like force things and you're burning yourself out and you're putting a lot of high pressure and expectations for yourself, I'm getting the sense to like release the load and only focus on one thing at a time. Like it's okay if you didn't complete your entire to-do list today. Just start off where you left off tomorrow morning and work from there. Because for some of you, I'm getting that you have a tendency to take on more than you can manage, and you actually end up being more productive and more effective when you focus on one thing and you put all your energy into that one thing instead of having like multiple things just like draining all your energy or like distracting you here, distracting you there. And so picking one thing that like you really want to focus on instead of just like all these other different things could definitely be beneficial. And then also you reach your goals a lot faster when you set goals where they're manageable, where you're able to reach them. Because think about it this way, like when you reach a goal, like when you set a bar and you reach the goal, like you feel good about yourself, you feel accomplished, that then you start getting momentum and you're like, okay, I want to reach another goal, and then you reach another goal. Whereas if you set the bar too high, you just get discouraged. And it's okay if like you're learning a lot about yourself and you're setting a goal and then you realize, okay, like I think I set the bar a bit too high for myself, because I think a lot of times people will set a goal and they're like, I have to reach this goal no matter what. But it's okay if like you set the goal and you're getting to know yourself a bit more through that, and you're like, okay, like I realized through setting this goal I wasn't being realistic with myself, so I'm just going to set the bar a little lower so it's manageable, and then when I reach that, then I can set it a little higher. So you're finding that happy medium. Yeah, see, this is literally the card of just like feeling like you have too many options, and then there's a lot of different, like, attention on a lot of different stuff, and like you don't have like as much clarity. And so really getting in touch with what it is you want out of life, what it is you're pursuing, and then putting all your attention into building that one skill could be beneficial. Let us grab another deck. Okay, it's going to be, I'm going to pull out a couple more decks actually. We got so many cards with this one. It was meant to be, there's so many wands energy too. This is definitely a very like quick acting group. You're like, I want this, so I'm going to go after that. Very like, I feel like this was the same for another group. Like there's a lot of like go-getter energy for some of these groups. All right, what messages? Okay, yes, so organization. Yes, so like working on setting up 2 different times, group 3s, like a time where like you plan and keeping it separate from your execution, from when you're taking action, could also help you reach and accomplish your goals more. Let me give you an example. So for instance, there's no bigger time waster than like waking up early in the morning and then just being like, oh, what am I gonna do today? What am I gonna eat today? What am I gonna do? Because you waste a lot of mental energy trying to figure that out when you could be busy tackling your goals. A message that I'm getting that's coming through strong right now is maybe on Sunday or the night before, like really visualizing and getting in touch with how you want your day to look like the next morning. Like, okay, like I'm gonna set my gym clothes out because I'm going to the gym at this time, and then maybe like making some overnight oats or like meal prepping, and like being like, okay, from this hour and this hour it's a time block and I'm working on this project, and really getting in touch with what your day looks like the day before, so then that way when you wake up you don't have to spend that mental energy thinking about what you're going to do that day and wasting time, because you're like, oh, like I already planned and organized my day, so now I can spend more time in the moment executing those goals, executing that plan. And because like I'm just like, this screams such a goal-getter group. Like there's so many wand energies, or so much wand energy, and this is definitely a group that's just like, you love to take action, you love to work on your goals. And so I feel like this is just gonna be a game changer for you. Message for group 3. What message was meant to find group 3? Energy. Yeah, this is a group that has a lot of energy. And then for some of you that have been struggling with having more energy, or feeling like you have purpose in life, or wake up in the morning and you're like, wow, like I know exactly what I'm doing, I know exactly what my purpose is, like you will be getting in touch with that energy very, very soon. And then for some reason, like something that's coming to mind too is like the word sleep. Like for those of you that aren't prioritizing sleep, like it may be beneficial to get on a routine where you're going to bed early and you're waking up early, and like that could literally change your life if you wake up early every single morning. Like you set your alarm and then you start waking up early. That could really be beneficial for having more energy. Oh my gosh, it's my baby. He's so sweet. What do you want, huh? Do you miss me? I'm giving a reading. Oh my gosh, he's so sweet. I love him so much. He's so vocal. But yeah, like sleep, getting your sleep in touch, or in touch with your sleep, getting on a nice sleep schedule, not working like all hours of the night, but really finding do not chew the cord. He's so funny. But really finding like a balance with that could give you more energy. Like going to bed early, waking up early, like how you start your day is everything. All right, let's move on to our last deck, our last set of cards. All right. A message meant to find group threes. A message meant to find group three. Okay, I'm actually going to reveal it after. A message meant to find group three. We'll reveal it after. Message meant to find group. Okay. Okay. I'm feeling... Message meant to find group three. Okay. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay. Wow, okay, so your career, your intuition. I'm telling you, this is a highly intuitive feeler, big feeler type of group. Yeah, and you're getting more in touch with your intuition and making decisions for your career. Like instead, because you have no problem taking action, I can see for some of you group threes, but you're really learning how to take strategic action, decisive action, where it's not just like you're just taking action, but like you're really using your intuition to figure out like what the right kind of action is, what opportunities are waiting for you. Wow, okay. Climbing towards success. Wow, this is excitement. See the fire. You guys are a very fiery, passionate goal-getter group. Wow, okay. Yeah, there are opportunities waiting for you. There's going to be some sort of promotion or some sort of career change or some sort of recognition that I'm feeling for you group threes, where like you're going to be recognized for some sort of work or a creative pursuit or something that you're going for, that you are climbing towards success with. But yes, that is all I have for you today. Group threes, thank you so much for sticking around for your reading. And if you want to wait until the end of this video, your drawing is right after. I created a drawing that is based upon the messages that you got in this reading that I created for you. I love you so, so much, and I will see you on the next one. Mwah!